With new functionality comes new tests. Let's update the AppRepository tests before moving on. Our fake GitHub API has some unimplemented methods. We'll add variables to allow setting values for what these new functions should return, and update the name for our existing one since it's a little bit generic. Now in the AppRepository test, our current test function name isn't very clear, so we'll make that more explicit. And then we're going to add a test for the caching. To do this, we'll make the first GitTop repos request, and then change the repos that the API would return. The second request we make should match the first and not contain the changed values from our fake GitHub API. This validates that we return the cached value rather than hitting the API again. Next, we'll test that the getRepo function returns a previously loaded repo. This mimics what the normal use case of our app would be. To do this, we just change the model that fake GitHub API would return for the getRepo function. If we get that model, we know we didn't hit the cache, so our test should fail. Next, we'll verify that we hit the GitHub API if the single repository we're attempting to get is not already loaded. This would mimic loading the details screen after process death. To do this, we'll copy our fake repo API model and change the name. Since we use the name and the owner name to find a repo in our cache, changing the name will make this model different than what already exists. Now when we call the getRepo function with this new name value, we should be skipping the cache and getting our expected model back from the fake GitHub API. And finally, we'll cover Git contributors, which has really nothing special going on besides calling the GitHub API.